Oh, snap, slide. All right, shalom, shalom. The brothers from the GMS Raleigh, North Carolina camp back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Before we go any further, let's give all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father's only begotten Son, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bashim,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Bashim Rakakwadash.
Us.
Double honors to our apostle, elders, great millstone, teach us his truth according to the Bible and her rule well. Another to the one all sincere Akim toward the full corners of the earth, pushing his truth with diligence and sincerity and in charity. And also one all you sincere followers, believers of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, not just hearers of the word, but doers as well. You men, women, and children, and hopefully elect Shalom. All right, and this lesson is going to be on wisdom. All right, because that's the most important thing we can be gathering up in these last days. All right, the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the scriptures. All right, like it tells us in Isaiah 33 and 6. I guess we can grab that first. All right, because you got Jake gathering and chasing careers, chasing the bag. All right, shalom to all the Akim and Akwa from the comment board is tuning in, listening. All right, shalom. All right, the most important thing we could be gathering up is what's going to keep us stable, man. All right, so if any brother got that Isaiah 33 and 6, go ahead and roll with it.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 33, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
That's right. So the scripture says that the wisdom and knowledge is talking about the wisdom and knowledge of the Bible, because what we're reading the Bible, all right, which is the word of the Lord, is going to keep us stable, right? To be a stability, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get that definition. Stability is a noun, the state of being stable, solid, strength, security, right? This wisdom is gonna be our security. All right. It says mental health, sanity, reason, all right. Our sense, our rationality, all right, our firmness. Okay. Read it again out.
Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
Yeah, it's gonna be our strength, man. All right. Knowing who to trust, who not to trust, what to do, what not to do, who to serve and who not to serve, man. All right. Go ahead.
And
Hey,
strength.
Smart, get Slocky, get oh man, I just had it. It'll come back to me. Slocky, go ahead, Nicole.
Mhm. And strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim is his treasure.
Yeah, and that's what wisdom goes back to. It goes back to fearing the Lord. All right. And when you're fearing someone, you're matter of fact, get that in Proverbs 1. Baba Kashah.
This is chapter 1, verse 7. The fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
Yeah, see the fear of the Lord, which means to be greatly terrified of someone or something that can cause pain. All right, when you go into that definition of fear, okay, the fear of the Lord, not man. All right, what did it say again?
Proverbs 1 and 7. The fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is the beginning of knowledge.
So knowledge starts with you fearing your power, you Israelites. All right, and by process of elimination, the Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, all right, throughout the four corners of the earth, scattered amongst these other nations as well. All right, because that was part of our curse, all right, for going against the ways, the law, statutes, commandments of Heavenly Father. He will scatter us amongst these nations. So you have Israelites looking like these other nations, the so-called white man, the Chinese, Japanese, so-called Africans. All right. So this word is for you, the hopeful elect that are out there. All right. Wisdom starts with you fearing Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, who the world ignorantly and willingly calls God in Jesus Christ. Okay, that's their names in the ancient Hebrew, the Lashon Kodash, the language, the Hebrew tongue. Okay, Yahweh, he is, he exists. Yahweh Shad, he delivers, he saves. All right.
But
Read
fools,
on.
but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
Yeah, fools, those that don't believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, they're going to despise fear. All right. Because you look, it says, but fools hate. When you despise something, you hate it. They hate fearing the Lord. That's why people are eating shrimp. All right. Celebrating the ways of the heathens, eating pork. All right. And then wondering why they're getting jacked up. Wondering why they're getting jacked up because they don't fear. You know, the Lord made this thing plain. And those that fear Yahweh by Shema Shah, they're the ones the Lord's going to give that wisdom to. Anything else?
Oh, that was it on that.
Con, somebody hold me Psalms what's that? 111 and 10. You got something to come?
Yeah, you gonna get yours first real quick though?
No, go ahead.
Okay. This is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 13. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding.
Yeah, so the scripture's telling you that happy is the man that getteth wisdom. What's the man? Yeah. Get 1 Corinthians 3 and 19. All right. Baba Kashah. Keep reading from the top, Nakum.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the
Yeah,
man that getteth understanding.
that's right. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom. Now, what wisdom is that talking about? You got that First Corinthians?
Con. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 19. For the wisdom of
Matter of
this
fact, start at 18.
uh 1 Corinthians 3 and 18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he
Yeah,
may.
because that's right. Because the next verse gonna tell you why. All right. He that think of himself to be wise in this world, let him become a fool. Right? Because this world doesn't promote the fear of the Lord. It don't promote the fear of the Lord, right? It promotes do as thou will, YOLO. You only got one life to live. All right. You got it out.
Verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Mm-hmm.
For it is written, He taketh away the wise in their own craftiness.
Yeah, man. They take away the wise in their own craftiness. And that, really goes to these elites and what they're gonna try to accomplish. But the Lord's gonna take them in their own craftiness, man. Their own wisdom is gonna fail them. But the point of me wanting to bring that out is what you was reading to come happy is the man that findeth wisdom. That wisdom is about the wisdom of the scriptures of the Bible, because the wisdom of this world is foolishness. Going off to college, a higher education, um, the things that this world considers wisdom is really not wisdom. It don't tell you who you are. It don't tell you who to fear. It don't tell you what you're really supposed to be doing on the earth as a Hebrew Israelite. So that wisdom is pretty much nonsense. That's why you gotta come back as you gotta toss out everything you knew and come in like a baby, humble and not know anything. That was it on that.
Huh.
All right, go back to come.
This is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Happy is the man that findeth wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
and the man that getteth understanding.
Yeah, happy is the man, because when you find out this wisdom, you find out everything else that comes with it, prophecy. All right. And like we open up, I don't think we open up with it, but Isaiah 33 and 6, this wisdom is going to keep us stable. This is going to be our strength in these last days, man. All right, knowing that we don't have to pick up a gun, knowing that we don't have to go and bow down to Esau, the government. All right, knowing that we're not gonna always be on the bottom. This is just it's just lots of things that come with having this wisdom, so it makes you happy. All right. At the end of the day, we know we got to go through, our path. Like Yahweh Shai to go through his. He had to pick up his cross. Right. We're gonna do the same thing. We understand that, but at the end of the day, we see the end game. All right. We see the light at the end of the tunnel where a lot of our people they don't see that light, man, because they despise fearing the Lord. You got that.
John, verse 14, for the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold.
Yeah, man. Because look, the scriptures tell you in Ezekiel, they shall cast their gold and silver into the streets. Those things are not going to be able to save you in the times to come, man. All right. It's not going to be able to save you. But what will? This knowledge. And that's why, us that have this truth, us of this faith, we got to, thank the Lord each and every day, man, for having this truth, for having this wisdom and knowledge, man. Because you see people that in the world, all right, they look completely bugged the hell out. They look through. And then they're not happy. They put on fronts. They put on, these outside faces, what I like to call them. All right, maybe people think that they're happy and this, that, and the third, but really they're miserable. And Shamar, you can hold what is that? Well, go ahead. I'll find it. Go ahead, Nicole. Slack.
John, verse 15, she is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou can desire are not to be compared unto her.
Yeah, she's more precious than rubies. All right, these are the things: gold, silver, rubies. These things people fight for and kill for. All right. And look at Uganda. All that gold they got over there. All right. CZE is salivating his, to get over there and get that gold. And best believe, people are gonna die from that, man. From people trying to get their hands on it. But this is way more important than that. This is way more valuable. This is way more valuable, man. And the longer you're in this truth, the more you see it. The more you see it, man. Or you should see it. Was that it on that?
Like two more verses.
Okay.
Verse 16, length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor.
Yeah, length of days, right? Why did it say length of days is in her right hand? Because when you have this knowledge, you know what what sin is. All right. You know what sin is. Sin is what? Transgression of the law. All right. And according to Romans, the 6th chapter, the wages of sin is death. So you know what to do to prevent death. All right. Well, to get you closer to death. All right. You flee from sin with this wisdom, man. Well, at least you're supposed to, because that's the fear of the Lord. A woman may have a man, she digging you on the job, they sit in front of you, all right, and have her legs open, have a mini skirt on, wanting you to look, wanting you to, get at her. But knowing she's a married woman, what do you do, right? You don't pay that no mind. You flee from sin, right? They at the job, they ordering food, and they bring in abominable foods. What do? You don't touch it. You flee from sin. Why? Because you have the wisdom. I had a Jake tell me, yo, man, she got a man. Shh, man. Yeah. Why are you messing with her? Somebody could be doing that to my girl. That's the wisdom of this world. Foolishness. Foolishness. So you're going to commit adultery, right? Because you think that someone can do it to your woman. And yes, that is true. But what? You have to be righteous, man. And Jake don't want to do that. Jake don't want to fear the Lord. They're all about pleasing their flesh. Go ahead.
Mhm. Finishing out, verse 17. Her ways are ways of plenteousness, and all her paths are peace.
That's right. All their paths are peace. All right. Um. Somebody give me Wisdom of Solomon 3:11, and the Wisdom of Solomon 8:5. And then if we don't have anything else, we'll close out on them too.
Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 3:11.
Bring it up.
It's Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3, verse 11. For whoso despiseth wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, and their hope is vain, their labors unfruitful,
Mm-hmm.
their works unprofitable.
That's right, man. They that hate, once again, despisal means to hate this wisdom, and look, and nurture. This wisdom nurtures you, man. All right. They are miserable. And I'm gonna get that definition of miserable. All right. It says an adjective, miserable, wretchedly, is of a person wretchedly unhappy or uncomfortable, unhappy, sad, sorrowful, depressed, down. All right. Low spirit, woeful, heartbroken, mournful. This is what these people are that despise this word, man. Don't let them fool you. You know, we know the scriptures is real, 100% truth. That the Lord say that they that don't have this wisdom is miserable. Guess what? They miserable, man. Look at all these rappers on the lean, constantly wearing shades. All right, on all types of drugs. Because at the end of the day, they're really not happy, man. You know, my brothers want to chime in. Throw it out there. But read it one time, some more. Or does you want to say something?
This is Wisdom of Solomon 3, verse 11. For whosoever despiseth wisdom and nurture, wisdom, fearing the Heavenly Father, whoever despises that, and it says in nurture, because wisdom is a nurturing spirit, a feminine spirit, it's going to teach you, the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the ways of life. And he is miserable. Your mindset is pretty much just focused on death, the ways of this world, the ways of the heathen, and their hope is vain,
Mm-hmm.
and their labors unfruitful. You just working and you putting your all your profit in an empty bag. I mean, in a bag with holes. And it says, and their works unprofitable. You're not being a just service to yourself, man. You just at the end of the day hurting yourself. You're killing yourself because you despise wisdom. And wisdom it starts off with fearing the Heavenly Father, which goes back to keeping His law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability.
That's right. Go ahead, Nicole.
Yeah, my quick precept.
Yeah.
The water. Because you sparked something earlier. You had said something about pretty much weapons to that extent.
Mm-hmm.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 18. Wisdom is better than weapons of war.
Mm-hmm.
But one sinner destroys much good.
You got it.
And that's right. As it's plain, like the scripture said, it's better than weapons of war. So when you have the understanding, when you have this wisdom, it's better than weapons of war because as the brother Kabar read in Isaiah 33, verse 6, what wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of your time. Versus people out here in these last days, it's going to get bad to where people are going to be doing what? Getting all type of weapons, which they're doing that now. bullets and guns, and they're gonna go to war and they're gonna be killing each other. Why are they gonna be doing this? Because they don't have the wisdom. And the ones who have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bashim Shai, we're gonna be stable. We're gonna be sitting back watching everybody kill each other. You see, so it's because the scripture said, wisdom is better than weapons of war.
Yep. So what we got left in the chamber? What we got left?
I got something.
Hey, look, hey, also Solomon, what he asked for, he didn't ask for carnal things, he asked for wisdom. All right, so he could lead the people, in the righteous way, the correct way. And the Lord gave him everything, man. Just like these athletes, these entertainers, they had the wisdom, they would know what to do with their money, which they don't, in a sense, because Esau tells them what to spend it on. But these athletes going broke because they have no wisdom, man. But anyway, you got out.
This is Sirach chapter 19, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
The fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is all wisdom. And it says, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law and the knowledge of the of his omnipotency. So
That's right. You got it.
So in saying that, to say this, wisdom is all knowledge. The wisdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. It means everything of this world, that's contrary to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, is pretty much folly and foolishness. It's not true wisdom. And it says, and in all the wisdom is the performance of the law, because that's what the Lord gave his people. The law, statutes, commandments, a way to govern yourself and a way to live. Mm-hmm. A dietary law, a way to eat, pretty much a whole entire way of life.
Mm-hmm. And Nakam, Slaki, hold me on Proverbs 2 and 10.
You
got it, Shamar.
And it says, and the knowledge of his omnipotency. So this knowledge is coming from the Heavenly Father. It's not coming from no other source. It's not coming from these idols, starting with JC, Allah, Buddha, Santa Maria. It's not coming from them. It's coming from the Heavenly Father.
That's right. Go ahead, Nicole.
This is Proverbs chapter 2, verse 10. When wisdom entereth into thy heart.
Right, we're talking about your mind. All right, go ahead.
And knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul. Discretion shall preserve thee.
Yeah, it's going to preserve you, man.
Understanding.
Yeah, Yaslaki, go ahead.
Understanding shall keep thee to deliver thee from the way of the evil man.
Who's that evil man? Esau, Edom. All right, Malachi 1 and 4. He's the wicked. Job 9 and 24. You got it.
It says, from the man that speaketh forward things.
That's right, man. So this wisdom, or what? Look, it's gonna give you discretion. All right, it's gonna be pleasant unto thy soul. Right, knowing what we know, isn't that pleasant to your soul? Knowing what you know, this is power, man. This is power, man. And look, and the Lord didn't give everybody this power, man. Are you holding anything, Shamar? You got something to come?
I got a bad one, bro.
All right, bring that one out. And Shamar, if you're not holding anything, we'll end off on Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 5.
All right. This is Proverbs. I'm gonna start at verse 5.
Yeah.
This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 5. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth.
Yeah, because this is a lifeline right here, man. This wisdom is your life depends on it, man. All right. Incline thy ear spiritually. Go ahead.
Verse 6, forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee.
Yeah, when you put, I'm gonna get that definition of preserve. All right, because it said, "Don't forsake her not, because she will preserve thee." Let me see. All right, Slakia. Preserve. It says to protect, take care of, maintain, save, safeguard, keep. All right. The opposite of that is neglect. So this wisdom is going to protect us, is going to save us, is going to keep us from what? Trouble. All right. So if you're not preserved, you don't have this wisdom, you're going to be neglected. You're going to be damaged by who? Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The Lord said all the sinners are his. All right. Deuteronomy 32, the Lord said everyone's in his hand. All right. You got
It says, verse 6, forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Verse 7, wisdom is the principal thing.
Yep.
Therefore, get wisdom.
Yeah, because she will love thee, she will keep thee. This is the most important thing. All right. The principle is the most important thing. We want that word principle. All right. It's not your career. It's not chasing the bag. It's chasing wisdom, really. Oh, Israel, what did the Lord thy power require thee? But to fear thee and keep his commandments. You know, what's that? Deuteronomy 10 or Deuteronomy 12? 10 and 12 might be. You know, you got it out.
It says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. All that getting, get understanding.
Yeah. Get the understanding behind it, man. Why does the Lord doesn't want you to idol worship and serve other gods? Right? Why the Lord doesn't want you to just eat anything you want? All right. There's a reason behind it. All right. Why the Lord doesn't love everyone? There's reasons behind it, man. But Jake don't want to. They don't want. They don't care about that, man. You know, you have, if you have children and you tell them, oh, you know, you can't eat this or you can't do that. Why? Because you know that will harm them or they might get hurt. See, what the Lord has set up for us was to pretty much prevent us from being harmed. He set rules in play. But when you break those rules, you know what's going to happen. Judgment. And the ones of our people that walk around the earth without wisdom and knowledge or understanding of things, of the scriptures, they're getting deleted. Like brothers like to say, getting deleted, man. That was it on that?
Last verse.
Kind of.
Verse 8, it says, exalt her, and she shall promote thee.
And we exalt her now through our actions. All right. We exalt Sophia, this wisdom. You know, we exalt Yahweh Bashem Yahushai by doing what he commands of us.
It says, exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou doest embrace her.
And Lord's willing, we remain, we will be honored, man. All right. But it ain't about us right now. It's about doing the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, praising those names, man. All right. In order to do that, you got to have the wisdom. You got to have the wisdom, man. Go ahead, Shamar.
One last one before this one.
Okay.
Job 28 and 28. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding.
You got it.
So pretty much summing it all up, you know, first and foremost, fearing the Lord, that is wisdom. And we already know what wisdom entails, keeping the law, such commandments. Anything contrary to that is transgression of the law, sin, which equals death. And it says, apart from evil is understanding. So for us to depart from the ways of this world, what it promotes to the best of our ability, that's the Lord giving us the understanding that if we don't, we will die.
Right on. Right on.
Huh. And this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 5.
Yep.
If riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom that worketh all things?
Yeah, and that's why Solomon asked for it, man. All right, because you're gonna know what to do in every situation, every scenario, because you're applying the wisdom. All right. If riches be a possession to be desired in this life, which it is, what's richer than wisdom? All right. This, wisdom trumps it all, man. Okay. It trumps it all. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom. Miserable are those that don't have it. All right. Don't let these people fool you out here, man. What we're supposed to be gathering up in these last days is wisdom, the fear of the Lord, the knowledge, the understanding, which is able to save our souls and keep us stable. All right. And get this word while you can. Any closing statement, Shamar?
You pretty much said it, man. Wisdom is that key thing, man. Like it says in Isaiah 33:6. It's treasure, we got to fear the Lord. We got to get wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We got to retain her, because without her, we through.
That's right. That's right. Well said. I think the kind of I know I kind of left the chat or some probably lost service. You know how these phones, these internet, but we like the here go the brother right here. There you go, bro. So just any closing statements to come?
Nah, brother, you hit it on the head.
God. Hey, look, man, we like to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father's own begotten Son, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostle, Elder Great Millstone, teach us his truth according to the Bible and her rule well. All right, and now Shalom Allah, you sincere Akim, throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with diligence and sincerity and charity. And now Shalom Allah, you sincere followers, believers of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, not just hearers of the word, but doers as well. You men, women, and children, the hopeful elect. Keep fighting, keep pushing, keep believing, keep the faith. Shalom.
Shalom.